does that do for the multiple superintendents that we have for districts that are not necessary? We have, I mean, in Saline County alone, how many superintendents do we have?
One for each school, 4.
No,
Well, not
there's more
counting
than that.
Sheridan and.
Plus
yeah.
assistants, plus
Plus, it's, okay.
assistants to the
I
assistants.
was told that superintendents make anywhere from $250,000 to $350,000 a year. But you only want to pay a teacher who spends her whole day and her whole life teaching our children $50,000 a year. That does not work for me.
Okay.
Doesn't work for my kids' teachers. They work very hard.
So some of what it's going to do is it's going to force the conversation back down to the local level, because now they'll have to have those tough conversations. And that is one of the things that was raised as a concern from those that maybe weren't as in favor of LEARNs, was having to go in and do the restructuring. So, I mean, and really that's part of the intent of it. We're trying to shove as much back down to the local level with the income. So to the question a while ago about the tiered program, that they can go in and look at their budgets and restructure it accordingly in order to align things.
Right. I mean, that money being paid to that superintendent of each little school could be used so that teachers don't have to pull money out of their own pockets anymore to buy stuff for their kids.
I understand. Just remind you, my wife was a public school educator for 39 years. Now she serves on the Benton School Board.
I have a question.
Okay.
So is that one, I'm trying to figure out the extra cost, because you're saying that there's going to be an extra price tag.
Right.
Is it because we're pushing it back down to the local, I mean, are we losing federal stuff? I'm trying to.
We're not losing federal, but in order to transition through the adjustment, Rick? Okay.
I didn't hear the question.
The question, go ahead and ask the question again, bud.
What, the extra price tag
For the loan fuel.
from the LEARNs bill, why? What's the
Why do we
extra
have to
cost?
take that, why do we have to take the extra money?
Yeah.
Or
Maybe-
apply the extra money to it?
Right, there you go.
Okay.
Why does it cost more? I
I
can't.
got an
I don't-
answer, see
that
if Rick
doesn't
wants to weigh in.
compute.
Put me on the spot, aren't you? I was supposed to be an archidupke tonight.
Does that compute?
So, why the extra money that it's gonna cost for the LEARNs?
Yeah.
Simple math.
Oh, I'm bad at that.
Okay.
Just talk.
Just move to the few counties, well, starting with Grant County and on east. A lot of your teachers, even with master's degrees, are still at 41, 42, 43. So a lot of teachers are still there at 36, 37, 38. So you're immediately going to take the starting pay and bump them to 50,
Okay.
which means the others are going to have to go up.
All right.
That's not worked into that current funding formula or into their local tax base. So we got to get them started and get it moving on down the road.
Gotcha.
The big question has been, where's the money going to come from in 2 to 3 years? And I think there's some ways we've already got that figured out. So, but anyway, does that?
That's good, that's right.
And the other
Good
thing, as
raises.
far as where, there's just the cost of doing business, the, what do they call that thing? You know, the matrix, thank you. The matrix, I think, is about 175 million. That's just the cost of keeping up with inflation and everything else. So in the matrix formula, that's about $175, or 175 million. Then you throw the salaries on top of that. And some of the money from the matrix is, hopefully, it'll be used by the schools in order to be able to take care of the teachers where the tier system was. All right, any other questions?